I walked out of the electronics store with a 65-inch TV while being assisted by two store workers. Drove off, came home and realized I didn't pay. Went back to the store, walked in from the back and told the cashier to call the manager as I walked out with a 65 TV. The manager came with the cops. They all laughed as they were reviewing security footage. Everybody had a laugh. I got a free flashlight and everybody was nice. For several years I thought the windshield washer fluid jugs outside gas stations were free. This isn't getting the recognition it deserves. I ripped the tag off a mattress. Twice. Prisoner, so what are you in for? You. I ripped a tag off a mattress. Prisoner. Yeah, so? You. Twice. Prisoner, nervously backs away. Savage. A loner, Dotty. A rebel. Can't believe you admitted this one online. There will be a knock at your door any minute now. Going outside. Feel you, bro. I dug straight down in Minecraft. How could you? I crossed into the States with a trunk full of corn on the cob. Sir. Any food or items to declare? Me. Nope, just heading to the salt. Figured it'd go through Michigan instead of Ontario. I was bringing some fresh Southern Ontario corn to eat for dinner with the fam. Oops. I was a kid around 7 years old and barely spoke English when a mailman came and asked me if I could hold the package for a neighbor until they came back. I never gave it to them. This happened a couple times. They were DVDs. Neighbors came over a couple times, I think to ask for it. But my immigrant grandma also didn't speak English. I only pieced together what the mailman asked me to do years later. Yes, I still feel guilty. ETA. We got kicked out of that apartment soon after and I think it was because of the neighbors' complaints. My dad never let me feel bad. He thought they were lying because I never brought the mailman up. He was always working until I was asleep already. And just told me we were looking for a better place. Graffitied a school wall by mistake. So this sounds dumb but it was a legitimate accident. Just after Carnival Day the school was decorated with paper flowers and there was one in our squad spot, so I wrote our names on it. The flower disappeared. So Bright 15 Yomi was like, fine, I'll just write our names on the bricks in silver metallic Sharpie. Lucky my friends are smarter than me and we scribbled it out so we didn't get caught. But yeah, my dumb graffiti stunt as a teenager done by accident because I'm an idiot. I did this once but in fake snow. I wrote my name was here on the side of a quick save in the UK. It was pretty obvious that it was me as my name is unusual. My mum was mortified and it was on there for years. I obviously denied it but no one, funnily enough, believed me, lol. I ran a red light that was long red before I got to it. This was at the very end of January and my sister and I hadn't been home for about a month. We're in college. Since the weekend before was our birthday, we're twins, and we didn't get to see our mom. We decided to go home the following weekend. My sister had a concert that Friday night so we agreed to go after it ended. Since we knew it was going to be late and I didn't have anything to do that night, I was going to drive. I took a nap before we left so I wouldn't be tired, but it was around 1 AM when we left. Anyways, we're about halfway there and there's a bunch of tiny towns we go through and it was around 2 AM. I guess I was more tired than I thought and didn't realize it was a red light until I had driven past it and got a jolt of adrenaline when I realized what I did. I felt terrible and it definitely woke me up. Thankfully we were the only ones on the road and no one was hurt and I wasn't pulled over or anything. Now I make sure I stop with extra care at every stop sign, red light, etc. Technically I broke into my girlfriend's dad's business. It was finals week and we were getting food when she double-checked the schedule for her next final only to realize she looked at it wrong and the final started 2 hours ago. We ran to the professor's office and explained the situation. Thankfully she was cool and let her take it there. But my girlfriend had to get rid of her phone, bag, and purse because the professor had to leave while my GF took the final. So I took everything and my GF told me to take it to her dad's business, right off campus, and drop it off and come back in 2 hours to pick her up. Well, I used her electronic key pass to swipe in, and after about 30 seconds the alarms went off. My GF forget to tell me there was a code I had to put in. So I sat there and waited for the police. Coincidentally, campus police was directly across the street from the business. She passed the final at least, so that was cool, haha. Was shopping and bought a birthday card for my now husband. Set the card under my purse in the top part where people usually sit their kids so it wouldn't fall out of the cart or get lost, and completely forgot to pay for it. I walked right out the door and no one stopped me. Got out to my car, put all my stuff away, went to grab my purse, saw the card there, and immediately ran back inside to pay for it. I guess I could have gotten away with it, but my conscience wouldn't allow me to forget it. If accidentally shoplifting a card is the most illegal thing I've ever done, I'd say I'm in pretty good shape. Nice try, FBI. A small vial of hand cream accidentally fell into my shopping bag as I was paying for the items I had bought there, and I didn't find out until later that day. When I went to return it the next day, the manager said I could have it for free. Ran a red light. It was a Y-shaped intersection that I go through all the time, and I stopped and then forgot that it's lights and treated it like a normal intersection. Checked there was nothing coming from the left street and then continued on up the right. Then my passenger was like, oh, feeling daring tonight, and pointed out I went through a red light, and I cried. I did similar at 1 AM after several months of working 80-hour weeks. I completely forgot how intersections with lights work and treated it as a four-way stop. Turning left on a red is not legal, even if there are absolutely no other cars on the road. Accidental shoplifting with jewelry in my pockets. I was trying clothes and temporarily put the jewelry in my pockets cause I didn't know where to put them. By the time I was finished in the dressing room and left the store, I had forgot it, and me and my friend went, I have to tell you something, but let's leave the mall first, and I had no idea what she was talking about, and I was so curious, and as we stood outside the mall she said, look in your pockets. Not really illegal, but almost got me into big trouble. I was at an airport in Australia getting ready to leave. At a security checkpoint I thought the officer said, are you carrying any bombs? So I said no. What he actually said was probably, I'm going to check you for bombs, but I have hearing loss so I misheard. Fortunately, he was very nice about it and I wasn't uncooperative beyond giving the wrong answer. First time visiting the Pentagon. I'd just left the tour and took a hike to the 9/11 Memorial. It's on the opposite side of the building from the tourist entrance. As I'm walking there, I see a sign saying 9/11 Memorial pointing away from the building. I am confused, because clearly it's straight ahead. I keep going. Around 25 seconds later, I hear the most commanding voice I've ever heard. You. I turn around, and this large guy with an assault rifle is pointing at me. When we meet, he chews me out for trespassing. The parking lot is off limits. In order to reach the memorial, you need to walk around it. Mind you, I didn't see any warning signs or whatnot, just a sign that I perceived as either irrelevant to my goal or just factually wrong. The man snapped at me, didn't you see the sign? I replied, yes, but I wasn't sure what it meant. I guess I know now. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but it's one of the dumbest moments of my life. Very thankful that guy let me on my way after that. I was once in a store in Athens where they had sportwear. I took a cool t-shirt that was folded and in a transparent sheet of plastic. I put it under my arm to maybe try it later, to keep on browsing among other stuff. I decided I wasn't going to buy anything, but really forgot it was under my arm. I was with friends at that time. We just went through the way out, in front of the security guard. I didn't realize I robbed the t-shirt until I reached the corner of the street. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more Reddit content like this, please subscribe and like this video. I guess I will see you in the next one.